All right, Amy, she was a past client of mine. She came to me. She did not have a business, pretty new out of school, and was like, I've got to do something differently. I'm drowning where I'm at. And she actually whispered to me saying, I don't know if I want to be a physical therapist anymore. I think I made a mistake. That's what she whispered to me. And I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And what I quickly realized is that it wasn't that she didn't want to become a therapist anymore. It was she was on the brink of burnout. And she was like so tired of what she was doing. And she knew there had to be a different pathway, but she didn't know what that pathway was. She was drowning and trying to keep up with, what her old job required of her. And she was living paycheck to paycheck, trying to figure out how the heck there's got to be a different life. And she was making so much sacrifice because what she was putting in, she wasn't getting anything out of it. And the reality is, I know that she absolutely loved to travel. And I remember when I was coaching her, she'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to try to take off. And I'm like, but how? Like, we've got to make sure the business still stays, running. And she had such a passion for traveling and seeing new places and being able to just do things when she wanted to do it, which told me right then and there that she needs to be an entrepreneur because that's the ultimate goal, is to have time and money and time freedom to do whatever, whenever, and not be stuck to a schedule. And that to me was the aha moment of like, I've got to help her. We've got to do this together and build this thing together. And so Amy was in my program for 3 years, and she just did whatever I said. She would ask questions and she'd be like, okay, I'm going to go do that. And then through the years, what I saw in her and her strengths were she was amazing at coming up with unique marketing ideas. She was amazing at building a community. She really got involved in a community. She was from Georgia, but then she moved to the Carolinas and no one knew her. And so she started really to get involved in that community any way she could and support her people. And I remember she was in this like single small room office in the basement. She put like a barbell underneath her table because there was no room for it. There's no squat rack. There was nothing. And she's like, I think I'm going to move spaces. Like, I think I need more room. And I'm like, yes, you do. And so, going through that transition of having a very small room to her getting a massive gym area with 4 treatment rooms, building that thing out, and just watching her flourish has just truly been amazing to see someone, not have much confidence, not know how to market, not know how to build a community, not know how to build leadership, which I'll get into in a second, and truly just want to serve the patients. That's what Amy was good at. She really knew how to treat patients and get out there and connect and do community. So that was kind of the first phase that she did. Build the community, talk to everyone, get out there uncomfortably in her vagina costume. At first, she would not put that thing on. But then she's like, I actually feel more confident and comfortable in this thing. And then she would go everywhere in that vagina costume, and people would really start to get to know her. And she would take so many pictures with these things and post it online. That's how people started to get to know her. And that was key. And then what happens is she, transitioned and moved into this new space. Well, she had to hire, and she had to learn the skills of hiring, who to bring on, how to now step into the role of not just treatment, but how to step into the role of actually becoming a leader. And the leadership is hard. It's hard to come by. How to get people motivated, how to keep people motivated. So she started to, try to step into that role. And that's where a lot of people I find struggle. We all struggle because no one has taught us to truly be a leader, even though some of us are naturally more of a leader and some of us, it's harder to come by. But every single person that has to lead a team, you have to become a different person because everyone communicates differently. Everyone does things differently. Everyone has different needs, has different goals and desires. So you've got to know that so that you can build your team up and continue to use the actual practice / business so that it supports everyone fullest to their goals, not just it supports your goals. And I know Amy very personally. She has such a big heart and she wants everything for anyone that works for her and her patients. She is just a phenomenal human being. So if anyone gets a chance, you should really reach out to Amy Newberry. She is freaking phenomenal and I can't say enough about her. But we went along this journey and she was able to hire an admin and she was able to hire staff, and meaning providers, and be able to, pull herself out and be able to travel. And, the big thing is being able to travel with her family and her friends and doing something that she loves. And I would say, another struggle was just trying to figure out financials of what that looks like. How much can we afford to pay the staff? How much can we afford to pay in rent? How much can we afford to pay ourselves? All those things come along the journey. And those were the things that we were able to figure out so that she can feel that she can support herself and her team and keep growing the team and be able to travel when she wants, take time when she wants, take time to think when she wants to move the business forward, and what's kind of the next step. So it's just been amazing to see Amy grow, and I can't say enough amazing things about her. And her team is just amazing. You guys should check them out on Instagram. They're fun to watch. So kudos to Amy and congrats to Amy on the journey. And I would say this: you can always come into a journey thinking one thing and get another thing out of it. Meaning you come in just trying to survive and get out of the place that you used to work. That's really it. It's where most of us start. But the reality is you start to build something greater than even you thought. Amy built a community greater than she probably could even have imagined. Amy was able to connect to people on such a deeper level that she probably never even knew existed. She was able to build a supportive team no matter what that had her back. She was able to impact and change her family's life. Amy, lived in a small apartment, and it's just so classic Amy. She's like, no, I'm going to stay here for another 16 months. I remember she signed another 16-month lease. And I was like, Amy, you have to get out of that apartment. She's like, I'm good. I have 4 cats and I'm good. And the reality is she was able to buy, a home within the last year because of everything she's done to impact the community. And she deserves it. And I'm so, thankful. She messaged me and she's like, Kelly, I was, able to get my home. And I was just so thankful to see her out of that 1-bedroom apartment, because most of us have been there. I mean, I spent 8 years in a 550 square foot apartment living all over the country, because we lived paycheck to paycheck, didn't have anything in savings. And that's just what we could afford. And that's just the standard that we were like, okay, we're good with, because that was the expectation. And to see her be able to, after all there's just pain when it comes to entrepreneurship. There's pain, there's heartache, there's long hours, there's conflict, there's problems, there's all the different things. And to see her be able to reach that goal was amazing. And she reached that goal to be able to get that house that she wanted, because I told her about, many years before that, hey, I need you to go to open house and just walk in and act like you own the house, or walk in and act like you're really going to buy that house that day. And I needed her to envision what it would be like. And because of that, she was able to envision and then be able to get her home. And like I said, I just couldn't say enough amazing things about Amy and what she has built. And I'm super, super proud of what she has done. I was just the guidance. She had to put in the work. Okay. And just proud that she was able to trust me. And we did this, she was like, okay, I'll just do whatever you say. And she did it. So, it's just super inspiring. And I hope this story inspires you guys to A, go follow her, and B, become her. Because when you can become her, you're going to change as a person. And Amy had to change as a person. She had to learn how to have hard conversations. She had to learn how to step into a new role that she really didn't want to be in because she was way more comfortable being a therapist. But she had to learn a new skill. And that was part of her growth. And so it's been amazing to see. So if you guys want more of these stories, please like this, comment below. Congratulate Amy on the massive success. Now she has 3 providers, including herself, and an admin team. And it's been amazing to see her grow and all that kind of stuff. So congratulate her below. And if you guys need any help, just let me know. You can always @me at PelviBiz, and I would happy to assist on anything you guys need. All right, bye guys.